All right, guys. So excited. Hey guys, it is KvngDrummer Dani here. I am so glad to see you guys again and be alive. How's everyone doing? Just wanted to tell you here real quick, as you see the title, I am going to be showing you guys how I edit my videos as a tribute to my 100 subscriber hit special. Again, before I do start this, I want to thank you guys so much for those who have shared my content, those who have told about me, for subscribing to me and checking out my channel and the support you guys have been showing me, even though I'm not part with the YouTube partner because I don't have enough yet, but just what you guys are doing in general to help support the channel and for everything. Honestly, I'm over 100 now, and I meant to do this a while back, but instead of doing a video, I wanted to see if there's actually a way I can go live and show you guys. And I finally figured out. If you're wondering what this picture is behind me, it's a picture of me from one of my favorite videos that I uploaded a few weeks ago. At the end, I'm gonna have the link to that video if you want to go watch it. It is I don't know. It is great to watch that video. I might see if I could change the what do you call it? Change the background. I don't know. But so today I already have as you can see, I have what do you call it? I have an app here and in Premiere Pro. And as you can see, yeah, as you guys can see, you guys can see everything that I'm doing here. So um, you know, so I'm gonna what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show. I think I'm gonna show my I gotta show. Let's see if I can show the other picture. Um, I gotta change the background though. Let's see if I can change that background. Hmm. And okay, so now I'm gonna keep this background, and then I'm gonna do a half screen. I think I want to do a cinema. Yeah, no, yeah, no, I'm gonna do a cinema. So you're seeing this everything right here. What you can see is everything what I'm doing right now. So I'm gonna um, I'm gonna go here to Premiere Pro, and I'm gonna. So as you can see, I already got the two videos here, and what I'm gonna do is I am going to click and highlight these two, and then I'm gonna right click it, and then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click a synchronize. So if you're not aware of what I'm doing, so synchronize is basically like it kind of like syncs up the clips to go right and to be all synced up together, and then that way when you click on it, let's see if it works. Because when I edited this video last time, it didn't work for me. So let's see if it does something. If not, we'll try channel one. Yep, no, it doesn't work. So what we're gonna do is let's try synchronizing it one more time. And if that does not work, let's click it one more time. Let's do channel one. Let's see if we can start that. That doesn't work, so it doesn't synchronize. So what we could do is I enlarge this, and I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen to this video right here, and so let's see what we can get on here. And so I'm trying to see if I can connect my headphones, because if that's gonna work for me. That way you guys can see what I'm really editing here. There we go. So now I have my headphones plugged in. So let's retry this and try to get my headphones back, so that way you guys can see what I'm doing. And so I want to find the source of where the video starts. So what I'm going to do is let's go back. Let's see where it starts. All right. So now I don't want to click on all this. So this is the process of this is what it takes for me when I edit the videos. So I'm gonna lock this one, and then I'm gonna lock this one. These two clips on top, and then I'm just gonna focus on the one on the bottom. Click backspace, because that's what I want to focus on. I don't think that's the right one. Yeah, that's not the right one. So let's go back a little bit. Let's see what we have here. There we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. I don't know what these ads are. Sorry, guys. My dumb ads keep popping up out of my on my computer. I'm sorry about that. I don't know why these ads keep popping up. I want to see if let me see if I can uh I don't want to do that. Sorry about that, guys. There was some connection issues. I did a thing by accident. Um, okay, so we're back now on Premiere Pro. Um, the highlight these two, and now I found out where the video starts. Now that I got that one, let's unlock this one. Let's unmute it. Let's see what we got here. Okay. Hmm. I gotta find a way to turn off my notifications. I'm sorry, guys. Oh my gosh, come on. Can you stop? Can you stop? Like, seriously? Oh my gosh, come on. I'm trying to edit a video here, and this thing is like, I don't know, but so let's see. Okay, let's try now. Now we're gonna delete this, highlight all these, and then now I think I got all them synced up together. Now I wanna bring this over here so I can line them up together, and then let's see now what we got. Wonder if I can enlarge this. I think they're lined up together. So now what we got to do is I'm gonna go to my download folder. You know, here's what I'm gonna do. Turn off all notifications. There we go. I don't want the notifications anymore. This yeah. Okay. And now what we're gonna do is we go to this, and then we're gonna find what we're gonna listen to it back that way to see if they're okay. So now we're gonna listen to this. No, 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 no. So let's go back, and then all right. So now I think we're all lined up. I think they are all lined up together. Yeah, yeah, they're all lined up together. So I'm gonna do this. Something's not right here. Oh. So these are the issues I go through when making a video. As you can see, um, so let's see where this started back. All right, so now let's go back here. Let's go back and see what we have. There we go. Yeah, there we go. So now I wanna I wanna add a transition. Let's let's put a film dissolve. See what we got here, and I want to see if it's gonna. Okay, so yeah. All right, so I'm gonna add a film dissolve onto this one too because that way, and then this is all going to be added into like a short. So I don't know what that is. There we go. So let's add so now let's see what we got. So I'm taking that out from this one, and then I'm gonna. So as you can see, all you gotta do is on the keypad when once I'm done with the fade and you get everything synced up, you want to click Control K, so to split that, and then once you click that, this is how I do the diff. If my synchronize doesn't work, this is how I do it in order to what do you call it? This is how I do this in order to switch to a different camera. Like if I'm recording from three cameras, this is one way I do it. And once I click Control K, I'll split the top part of where I don't want that part, so that way the bottom one will show. And then I'll play it and then stop it at a part where I want to cut to the next scene, and then I'll let that play as for a few seconds until I want to cut back to the next camera. So here's an example. So I cut to the part where the toms start. I think the problem is that for some reason something happened with this one. Oh, I see what I did here. All right, so all right, not sure what happened. Um, for some reason I had cut way too short. Okay, let's see what we got here now. Still a little bit too low. All right, so let's see what we got here now. All right. So now there's an easy way to do this. So I think I cut what I did was I cut it. I cut way too much of it, and I didn't even realize. You know, things happen. Um, all right. So I'm going back. All right. So now let's try it again. Okay, now we got it. Now we got this. All right. Let's see, where do I want to cut it? So let's say I I want to cut it about right here. So when you're done with that, go back and click here, click backspace on that one, and then now we'll play through again. Of the sound of that beat. Now, and I kind of want to cut. I kind of want to cut there, and here's why. So, done about 5 seconds of it, and then I'm gonna go back and do it here. And then now we're gonna cut back. Cut back to this one. And then now we're gonna do the same thing here. Go back, and then you already see I made like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You already see. So so what you do, so that's basically what you're how you do this. Like you keep going along, and as we're doing it, you keep going along with it, and then as you play the video, you click Control K, and then you delete you delete that side that you don't need, Control K, and then you go from there. And then I'm probably don't know if I'm gonna get the whole thing, but I'm gonna show you guys how we can how I do the zoom in effects when I'm doing in my video. So I'll show you one part of that in a little bit. So we're gonna go back here to Premiere Pro, and then um, let's go back and continue this production thing and continue this. Oh, my headphones got cut out. Oh, this is the struggles. And then I kind of want, let's say I want to cut here, and then delete this side right here. Then we're gonna cut here, go back, and so now we got that. Let's see what we got now. Got some nice cut scenes there that I did. It's a second off. So, and that's it. And this is a drum solo that I did from the other day. So, um, now we're gonna cut back to the top camera. I don't want to let that camera go for too long. Okay, so about right here is where I want to click Control K, and then go to the bottom, click Control K, back. Then I'm gonna do a thing here where I'm gonna play for like 3 seconds, then I'm gonna switch back. And now I'm gonna cut to the next camera. Let's see what we have. So what I like to do the most is I like to do like a 10-second, maybe a 10-second, 5 10 seconds, depends on what the video is. I like to try to cut to the parts of where it's it shows most important for specifically what I'm playing, and then I'll cut back to a certain camera. Like if I'm doing three cameras, or if I'm using one what they call a low angle shot, and I'm using a top overhead shot. Let's say if I'm playing the tom specifically, and I want to show the actual toms of all drums, I'll switch to a overhead shot. Or let's say I want to just show like a floor tom, I'll switch specifically to that hip level of the floor tom shot, and then if I want to get the snare soundtrack, I will switch over to my snare head of what I got. It depends on how you want your video, but if you want to capture a specific shot for a specific thing, you would switch to that one, or you will cut to that specific scene, and then you'll cut back to where however you want to do it. You can use whichever shot you want, but if you're trying to get a specific depth or a specific detail of a certain thing, you will cut to that camera. It depends also what you want. Me, I like to get the specific detail of something. I don't know. I feel like it's more like professional in the production community. I feel like it's a more professional thing. Um, so this has been about 30 minutes. Wow, I'm almost done with the video, and so now I think you guys can see my face. So now I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna switch over to this side right here. Oh, a nice control K thing I did there, right there, and then ooh, eh, something tells me that. Okay, so I think I played it too far. All right, so now let's go back here and see what we got. So now let me see, because I want to make this. I want to split this into a short. So now you see that we got this way too. It's a little bit way too long, and it's gonna come out to a long video. So I want to make this shorter. So what I'm gonna do is I cut this part. I'm gonna switch to a part of specifically where I don't want where I don't want my want something. That's a nice. I mean, that's a nice feel, but like I said, I kind of want to get this into a short. So if you want to take a certain scene out, all you do is you click on the arrow, and then you just drag the arrow to wherever the scenes that you want to go. So I ended off right here. So let's play, see what we got. Go back a little bit, and these are the shots I use. I click space instead of click and play up here. You click the space bar, and then click play. Let's click space. But I think this is my finding point of where I'm gonna cut to specifically, and then I like these, and then drag them over with the left arrow, and then now let's see what we got here. Ooh, something's not right. Mm, so, oh, okay, I see. Okay, okay, I see what happened here. Oh, I see what happened here. So I cut my mix. I cut it out too. I cut too short, too much too short. So if you so easy way to do it. What I usually do is I bring this. I go here and I left click to drag it to extend it. That way it fills that blank spot that you saw right there. Click on that. Now let's go see what we got. I didn't want to cut that part. So I did a thing last time where I so let's say I wanna play this. Alright, so I don't need that top shot right here. So I'm gonna show this part right here, and I'm gonna click and see where we left off. And then I'm gonna click Control K on that one again. Click Control K in here, delete that part right there, and then I'm gonna switch over to the bottom camera. And then click up here, back, click Control K, delete, backspace for delete, and then now I want to switch to the top camera. Control K. Oh, no, we don't want to export it. So let's Control K, delete, and then now we're gonna go back to the bottom camera. Something's not right here. All right, so let's play back, see what we got. All right, so that's weird. So let's see. So now we cut. Now I can extend it. I couldn't extend it because apparently I wasn't hiding that thing back there. Something's confusing me. Sorry. So let's go back. Now we're gonna backspace on this, and then about right here to the middle. Then I'm gonna. There we go. Play it. I'm gonna click space. Play it. Something's. Hold on. Okay. So. Oh. So this is that's weird. That's really strange. Um, I cut something. I cut a specific part out that I didn't want to. So let's see here. Click Control K on here, and then now I'm gonna cut to this part right here. Now we got that, and then backspace. There we go. So now I got the scenes that I need. I think I'm gonna enlarge this a little bit, and then I'm gonna take down the. So you see, if you want to see something specific that you can't see, click on this right here, and then just drag it, and it brings it smaller. It'll make it larger. And if you wanna kind of like, if you wanna make it quicker, you can click over here too, and then drag it down to it to enlarge it. And then as you see, as I make that larger, you can you can extend this. And me, I'm gonna extend it all the way because I want to see exactly what I'm doing here. So um there's a specific part where I clap. I want to see what that is. I think that's a little bit far. There it is. There's that clap. So now I ended it, I think, about right here. So let's delete this side right here. And then now that we got that, let's go to the specific part of where you see me clap. So that and then I'm gonna go back here, and what you're gonna see is me clapping. I think it's about right here. So to do both of them, so to make it even easier, I think I gotta delete all of this, but let's make it large again. Make sure I'm not deleting things I don't need to delete. Huh. What's this? Oh, hold on. So something's here. Oh, I see. I see. Okay, so the clap was about right here, I think. I believe so. So now let's go back. Let's Now that we got that, now let's make sure the audio and everything is synced up correctly. Yep. Yep, there we go. So now I'm gonna highlight all these, the areas I don't need. And then I'm gonna highlight these four, and then I'm gonna go down here, go back here. Now let's see what we got. There we go. So like nice little cut right there, and I'm looking for the part where I cut it. So for this, I just want to cut these two specifically right here, because now I already got. Now I don't. So I don't want to highlight all these. I just want to highlight these affected areas right here. And now, now that we got that, so we're gonna go back. We're gonna click on these two dots, these two arrows right here, like you see, and you see this makes this part bigger. So I'm gonna go over here to my desktop, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go over here, and you're gonna go down, and here, this is my intro right here, right here. So this is my intro. I'm gonna add my intro right here, and as see, my this is my little updated intro I've created by me, of course. And now I want to cut the audio off from there. I don't need the audio. So This is a little, so this is not the in the short um for shorts. This is not in that, it's not in the frame size for shorts. So I'm gonna go over here and then I'm gonna make this smaller, and then I'm just gonna fit it to a frame to where I can be able to show everything. So I want to click here. I'm gonna back. Wow. So I'm gonna click over here, backspace, and then we're gonna highlight it, drag it over to where the part is, and then I want to show about a few seconds of it. So I'm gonna cut here, cut to the part, drag over to the arrow to the part where you want it to stop, and then Control K, backspace to delete, and then the same with the mix with the recording, backspace, and then now let's see what we have. Let's see what we have now. Now it's cut into a short. So as you see now, looks a little bit good. The video is not quite synced up with the audio, but it's just like 1 second off, so it's like really not. This is this is what the production looks like after I finished doing all those cuts. Since my synchronization didn't work, it got a nice double kick there too. I know what you're thinking right now. You're like, man, that drum set sounds so good. So this is the this is the final touch. Well, that's not the final touch. So, so it's not quite synced up. Let's say I think I want to move it over like 1 second so I can get it to sync up correctly. Oh, so no, that's not what I want. I'm gonna try to click on the video so I can, and then we're gonna do the same with all of these. And think about right here is the point where it's like it's not matching. So we can fix that. We go through each one, and if there's a faster way to do this, because I'm still learning how to I'm still learning video production stuff and everything. So if there is a faster way to do this, if you can give me some, if you're like a media producer or whatever, maybe you can help me out, because I know like shots. I'm getting training from one of my good buddies and friends at church. He has a degree in this stuff, and he's really good. So I'm learning how I'm still learning how to I'm still learning this whole, how to do cinematic stuff and how to film videos, and I'm learning a lot more, like how to edit camera, how to do camera angles, how to do it faster and speed it up. So that's a big help that definitely I've definitely, from day one to now, I can say I have learned like a good amount. So I'm trying to drag it to the pinpoint of where that's looks like I need to kind of bring to this to the ending a little bit, and then it's a little bit too far. So like I said, we're gonna find our pinpoint, and then I'm doing the same with all these because I think that I believe about right there is where they need to be dragged in order to so that they'll sync up correctly. Because it one, I think the video was about like 1 second off, 1 second off from the audio. So I'm fixing that way they line up together, and I think we got that. Basically, we're almost done with it because I'm going through each ones, and I know I have to. You could probably there probably is a way to do this faster, but also I want to make sure that I'm cutting to the right scene specific, that I'm not going too little too short. So I'd say about right here, and then do the same with this one. All right, it's a little bit too much. There we go. Now I believe these ones, oh no, I think this ones look about okay. So now let's see what we got. All right, so it's still not quite exactly synced up. So um so now we're gonna go back. I think I might have to sync it up a little bit more. Hold on. I just oh shoot. I don't even think it I don't even think anything moved, honestly. Now I think about it, I don't even think anything moved. So now go to about the end of right here. I think this is the area where they're supposed to line up, because what I'm thinking is that it's gonna line up to based on the sound waves where you see them. So I'm good at telling based on how the sound is when everything, if it's lined up together. So that's like this is where it has to be. If not, then um isn't is there's easier fixes to that. I'm not quite sure, but um if not, then there's always at least you guys know. So how I do my camera angles, you just click control K on the one that where the part where you want to split it, um backspace on the top part, the part that you don't need of that scene anymore, backspace to delete. Next scene, control K, cut is where you split it, and then move over to the part where you want it to end, and then you move on from there. So you keep doing the same thing. So switch over here to the end, and do the same thing here. Same thing here, because like I said, I don't need the original audio from the cameras. I just put it on there that way. I know where where um I know if it's gonna sync up, and it's gonna sync up with the sound waves from my mix that I put in the video, coming from the drum mics. And then once I don't need them anymore, I keep them on there until I'm done with the full video, and then I delete everything, and I do the same exact thing. So do the same here. Find my ending point. My end point is right here. So, oop, dragged it a little bit too much. What are you doing, fella? What are you doing? Okay, there we go. Right here. Then I drag it to the end. Oh no, wow, crazy. That's not too much. Okay. There we go. There we go. You know, honestly, if I got a little bit quiet, I honestly kind of forgot I was live for a second. So I'm trying to get myself back on track and to realizing what I'm doing, that I'm showing you guys, that I'm communicating with you guys, and while while editing this video. Oh, I think my phone's at 5%. So that as another thing, I have to charge it before my phone dies, and because I got to live stream my church tonight, and yeah, we don't want that to happen. We don't want it dying on us. Hmm. So I forgot to delete that specific scene right there. Uh, my guess is about right here, and then from there, that just means it's saving, guys. So let's try it now. See if we got something. Um, I do say though, I think they should all about be synced up about right now. Oh wait, I see. Oh, so I see what I'm doing here. All right. So I need to highlight all these videos, and I need to go back, specifically, and then because then I see why they were like a second off. So I need to go back, and now, so instead of trying to sync them up, I think I was delaying it and bringing it delaying it one more second, because I was bringing it over instead of bringing it back. I do that sometimes. So let's see. I think it works now. Yeah. So it's not the video. I think it's the actual the mix itself that I have to move over. So we're gonna do that. Um, And I think I'm gonna move it to about right here. No, 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 no. So I'm gonna move over to about right here. Let's see what we got here. I think we got it now. Looks like it's syncing up now. It's correctly. Yeah, no, still not. I think it's like it's still like it's almost still like 1 second off. So let's try here. Let's highlight all these again actually, and let's move it over. So now let's see. Now let's see if we got this syncing up together. Okay, I think we got it now. Let's see. Sounds good so far. Still 1 second. It's still 1 second off. Ooh, ooh, ooh. I don't know what I did there. Um, so, um, so tell me, guys, how are you enjoying? I honestly I feel like I'm not as communicated as possible, but how are you guys enjoying this tutorial? Um, are you learning anything from this, like how to edit videos and anything, whatever? Because I mean, hopefully this is helping a lot. But this is what I do when I edit my videos. This is my process right here of what it takes. Um, I gotta when my synchronization thing doesn't work, I make sure that there's still a way I can still edit. It does get I will say it does get frustrating sometimes, but I just try to I just try to look at the I just look at the positive sides as I'm editing this. I look weird like when I'm doing it, like I'm looking close to see if I can see it what I'm looking at, but no. Um and it does get a little bit hard and kind of like frustrating sometimes, you know, when I can't get something to work. But I just try to stay calm just because I try to have fun with it. I just try to look at saw like I'm always it looks like a face that I make. I don't know why, but the faces I make when I drum, that's what I try to look at, or something dumb that I do in the video, and it'll make me laugh. So, just I try to just ignore the frustration or the bad thoughts and just, have fun while I'm doing it. Mm. Even though sometimes it can be a little bit, it can be a lot. And the time is 4:38. So let's see if we got this now. I think we're getting somewhere. I think we are actually getting somewhere now. Yeah. All right. So now that we got that, we're gonna. I think it is. I think this looks good now. It's a fire drum solo, isn't it? Yeah. There we go. Now it's like synced up together and everything. Hmm. So That's weird. So now I want to know what happened to my. Oh Lord. Hmm. All right. So this I think needs to. So I think I got rid of the other part of the video. There we go. There we go. And then now I'm gonna drag this over because I think we got it all synced up now. All right. So and I think I kind of wanna make this bigger, and let's trim that part because we I think there we go. All right. So now we got all that we got what do you call it? We were able to sync all that up together. So now um and then what I do after that is usually I do color grading. I'm sorry, I'm checking my phone because I think someone texted me. But what's it called? So oh, it was just the person from church helping me out. So something about that. mm, I guess they needed me to call, but so now once I'm done with everything for my footage, I usually I usually do some color editing if you know what I mean. I do some color editing, but I want to see because you see this background right here. It's got a lot of a white background, and I want to get rid of that. So what I want to do is I'm still here, so I'm laying on my bed right now. Ooh, my computer's hot. So what I want to do is I want to go here, and then you see it's you have a lot of it's a lot of white noise on here, a lot of white disturbance on here. So we can fix that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add some contrast on here, and then I'm gonna bring this. I'm just gonna bring a little bit. I'm gonna expose just a little bit, and then I'm gonna I'm gonna bring down my shadows just a little bit, and then I'm gonna bring up the highlight. I'm gonna expose for my highlights a little bit. It's a little bit too much highlights. Mm. I think about right no. I think about right here is good, and then take all a little bit of that. Take off a little bit of that white noise, and I'm gonna add a little bit of blacks. I'm gonna add a little bit of a black onto here, and then I want to give it I kind of want a I want to add a green tint onto here, and then I'm gonna bring up my saturation a little bit. Think about right there is good, and you already see it went from let's see, uh, no, let's see. So I'm gonna show my I'm trying to see what it is I was looking for. Um, no, I don't want to loop it. Transmit. I think it's where it shows what it shows on the on this side over here, the original part, and then versus. Oh, I think this is what it is. No, 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 that's not what it is. This. Oh, okay, so I'm gonna click on here and composite. Hmm. You know, for some reason, this is one of those days I can't remember. Um, I can't remember how this works. Okay, so but anyway, you'll see as I go back and color edit this how everything changes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to sharpen this. I want to sharpen this a little, just a little bit, and then do I want to add some vibrance? No, I don't think I need vibrance. So what I'd like to do is I go over here for where the curves are, and I just kind of mess with the red RGB curves for a little bit. I want a little bit of I want to add a little bit of red curves on there and mess with the green. So this is. So you bring it up, you get a little bit of a darker tint onto there. So you see how it kind of brings it down a little bit. White, the whiteness right here is what I'm getting. So I kind of want to bring that down just a bit. That way I get more of a blue background and not so much whiteness or not so much of the white noise onto there. I want to still have some blacks, but I want to have whites too. So just a little bit white, but so we're gonna go to the hue versus saturation. See, that looks good right there. And then hue versus hue, I'm gonna go to the purple a little bit. That brings it down. Okay, so I think right there that looks good. So you see, I went from with a white background and made it darker, made it look darker. So now I kind of want to bring the whites down just a little more, not too much. I think right there is good. And so now we got that. And now when we're done with that, I'm gonna copy this side right here, and then I'm gonna add the same effects onto the rest of them. So I'm gonna go through here. I believe it ended about right here. No, wait, I don't. No, I think it ended about right here. So I'm gonna copy all those. No, no, no. I'm gonna paste them actually. I don't want to copy them. And then I'm gonna do the motion, copy that, and then I'm gonna paste all those. And so you see, we got that done now. And I want to make sure that I didn't miss anything. So yeah, so I forgot to paste onto here. So watch what it does when I paste my lumetri color on here. Boom, it gets darker, and it shows less of a white background and more of that blue background that you want. And now I kind of want to make it look a little bit different. I kind of want to add. I want to add a filter. I'm trying to see what filter was that I added the other day. Let's look and see what. No, that's not it. I don't like that. I don't like that background. I want it to be. I kind of want to give it look like a dark background. That's like a cinematic background kind of, but I think that's a little bit too light. I think that looks good about right there. Um, hmm. Yeah, yeah. I don't think I'm gonna add a filter. Just leave it original. And then now this one we could probably add a filter onto this one because it's not as it has a little bit more depth to it. Now see this one gives me a nice green background, so I'm gonna do this one. This one is different. I'm gonna want to add a green. I'm gonna add a green background again, a little bit of a green tint. Um, I don't think I need to bring the saturation. I'll bring the I'm gonna expose a little bit on here. I think about to about point 0.3. Bring up point 0.3 exposure a little bit, and then I'm gonna bring up the contrast just a bit, and I'm debating. I think I want to expose. I think I want to expose for the highlights on this one, and so I'm gonna bring up those highlights. Mm, I'm gonna bring down those shadows, um, a good amount, and then bring down the whites a little bit. I'm gonna add some blacks onto there. Mm, bring about four, and then so let's see. So you got a filter on there. It's a little bit easier now. So I'm gonna sharpen this side too a little bit. I think I'm gonna sharpen it to about 15, and then I'm gonna go to these curves over here. I'm gonna take down some of the whiteness on here. Take that down a little bit. I'm gonna I wanna add just a little bit of the reds on here. See, it already looks a lot better. You can see more of a clear color and and a lot better. Um, I think we're good on the greens. Hmm. Let's see what happens when I bring the blue down. So bring the whites up just a little bit, and then we're gonna go to the. I'm gonna go to the hue. I'm gonna add That's a little bit too much green right there. About I'd say about right here would be good. And then think that looks a little bit better. So now let's see what we got here. It looks a little bit lighter, as you can see. Um, I don't know. For some reason, I'm getting. Actually, I think that actually looks good about right there. So now that we got that, I'm gonna go to the top parts right here where all my videos are at, and then I'm gonna paste them. No, shoot. So no, that's not what I want. So I'm gonna copy what we have here. There we go. And now I'm gonna highlight all of these, and I'm gonna paste what I have. There we go. So it doesn't have to be specific. It depends on what you want to go for. If you want like a really nice blue background, I would say you mess with the blue curves a little bit and kind of the red ones to bring it, because uh, I realize when you mess with the red curve, it kind of makes it look a little more. I don't know. It gets it makes it look a little bit better. Gives it some more clarity, and mess with the blue curves. And I'd say with the green, bring them down and bring the whites down a little bit. That way you don't have so much of the white background, and you don't have all those highlights, highlight background showing. And you bring down the shadows a little bit. That way you have more of that nice blue background. Don't bring down the whites a little so much. Bring them down just slightly enough to where it's still white, but it's not as appeal. It's not as, what do you call it, it's not exposing as much as you would see. But if you want, let's say, if you want to show, if you want a lighter, if you want yourself to be lighter and you want something else to be darker, I would say you bring the shadows up, and then you bring the shadows down and bring up the highlights. If you want yourself to be lighter and you want the drums to be, if you want yourself to be darker and you want the drums to be lighter, you bring up the shadows and bring down the highlights. So because the highlights is, it's kind of like the darker part of of what exposes through the camera of the video itself. And then exposure, it's like how much of the how much is coming in through your what do you call it, through your flash or the shutter of your camera. Not quite sure, but it's something like that. And then the highlights is what's like is that expose all that white background. That so imagine two pictures. Imagine a normal picture, like a dark, nice picture. Then imagine a picture that's got like a bunch of like you see a bunch of whites in the background, a bunch of like white noise or white disturbance. Those are the highlights. So when you bring down the highlights, it takes all that down. And bringing up the shadows is kind of the same thing, but it makes your video lighter, if you know what I mean. So that's how I do my color. That's how I do my color editing. And now with the last step I'm going to show you is I'm going to show you how I I'm going to show you guys how I, what do you call it? How I um oh, the zoom in effect. So let's say I want to go over here and let's take this one for example. So let's say I want to start over here. Let's say I want to start over here, and you don't have to split it because it's already split. But usually, if you want one specific scene out camera that you're zooming into, like let's say it's a specific part, you would split that, you split it, and then start at the beginning over here, split it, and then split to the part where you want it to end. So make sure it's at the end of this, and then when you're at the end of this, So you move to your arrow to where you want it to start. You click scale, click position, click on the scale, left click it, and then just kind of move your finger across. And then as you see, as you're moving your finger across, it'll zoom in, and then zoom in however much you want to. And let's say I kind of want to do it there, and then I kind of I'm gonna leave the same position. I kind of wanna move that position a little bit now. It's a little bit too much. Think about right there, and then let's say this. And then let's say I want it to end by zooming it out. So I'm gonna end it about right here. I'm gonna move the position back to where it's centered, which would be about right here. So let's take it, and then yeah, you just drag it arrow down to the ending part of where you want it to stop. And this is like a zoom out effect. So let's play that and see how it looks. You can see it slightly moving out. And oh, 1 second, guys, because I also have to go to the bathroom. Need some chapstick. Oh man. Okay. There we go. So, ooh, where you going? Where did it go? Ooh. I dropped the lid to my chapstick. Well, that's fun. Oh, great. Oh. Okay, I have no idea where my chapstick is. The lid to my chapstick is. So let's move on. All right, so as you see, it's zooming out. I believe so. Yeah, you see it slowly zooming out. For this one, I kind of want to do an opposite effect. So I'm going to click scale again, position that, and then I'm going to keep it there. And if you want to do a zoom, you do the opposite. You position that, you keep it at that place, and then you drag it down to the end, and then you left click it again, and you just move your finger across to slowly zoom in to where you want it to go. That's a little bit too much. Kind of want to zoom out about right here. And then let's say I want to bring it down a little. I want to bring it down a little bit. Then I want to zoom into here now. Kind of want to. Yeah. No. Okay. So that should be good. And then let's take a look at that now. So you see it's slowly zooming out, and then this one is slowly zooming in. So let's say I just want to get a shot of just the snare itself. So that's easy. You would do the same thing. So you would do the same exact thing. You click on you drag the arrow down to the area that you want it to show. You want us to start. You want to position it. So position here, position, and then go to the end about right here. I would say split it. That way that one's not involved with it. And then keep these and no. So let's say I want to zoom in about right here. So you're gonna zoom in all the way in. And then what you're gonna do is you're gonna bring it over to about right here. And then bring it down, and you, like I said, you just want a shot of the snare. So we're gonna do that, just that, and then keep zooming just a little bit more, because remember we want to we're trying to get just the snare shot itself. So we're gonna do that, and then make sure they're centered. That way, so they're like right there. There you go. You have the exact shot of the snare itself. So let's see that now. And you see it kind of zooms out a little bit too fast. So I don't want it to zoom out. I don't want it to zoom out all the way right there. So if you want it to be a little bit slower, you just grab these two diamonds, and then you left click and just drag it to the area where you want it to end. So I kind of want it to end about right here. So now let's play it and see. Now let's see what that looks like. It's still a little bit too fast, so because it kind of looks like as if you're doing it for like a funny video, like you're zooming in quickly because they're about to say something dumb. So let's drag it to about right here. Let's see what we got now. I think that would look good. Think about right there, and then that's what kind of like what you do. And if you wanted to, like, if you want to zoom out, if you want to zoom in, you do the same things. And if it zooms out too fast for you, and then or you zoom or it zooms in too fast for you, and such, you grab this, you click on those two arrows, and you just drag it down to wherever the pin, or whatever looks best for you, where it's not doing too fast, and it gives it like that slow. It looks slower. So I kind of want it to be right there. So yeah, about right there. That's like a cool. That's not a bad effect right there, honestly. So then I'm gonna keep it there, and then over here, I think that's all good. So yeah, that's how I do it. And then when you're done with that, so that's how you basically. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click here, and as you see, it says it's 1080 times 1920. Wait, 1080 times 1920. Something's not right with that. Oh no, it's supposed to be 1920. No. I was thinking of the 16:9 frame rate. So of the frame. So it's 1080 times 1920 for short. But let's see. The time base in the frames per second is 30.2, but I recorded at a 60 frame rate per second because it also depends on what you want for your video. If you want a high frame rate and a low, and then in your editing app you go for the lower one, you can do that. But a lot of times it will So the the quality will tend to be a little bit different, and it might be a little bit glitchy, or it won't come out as smooth. It'll look different. So like choppy. So unless you really need to, unless there's a specific reason, you would set it to 30 frame rates. But I like to keep it at the certain frame rate, 60 frame rates, because it'll keep that clear picture. So I'm set it at 60 frame rates a second, and then over here my display format is 60 FPS time code. That's what you want, or frames, whichever you want, however you want to set it. You click OK, and then you click back on here, match the source, because that's what I like to do, and then click export. And then as you see the video is getting ready to save onto my desktop. And then after that we're gonna I'm gonna upload it. I'm gonna show you how I upload it. Actually no, because after you already know how to upload a video. You go to YouTube Studio, and from a computer you click upload file, then you find the video in the folder that you say that you click on it, and you just add the thumbnail, whatever you want to do. So this is how I edit my video. So what you do is just you highlight the two videos in your project, and then you drag them onto your timeline. Sync them up together. Both videos up together to where the sound is synced up, both of them. And once you have that, fine. Look at the sound waves, because that will help out a lot. And look at the height and everything, kind of like I did, and take a look at which one looks farther, which one starts, and then if one is behind the other, you just bring that up and look at the sound waves. That's usually what I like to look at, is the sound waves, and then click on it, drag the arrow over, and then hit Control K to where you finally find it to where you can match, and then delete the part you don't need. Click backspace, delete, and then drag it over so you can sync it up, and it'll line up with the other cameras. Once you have all the sound, all your videos lined up, then you drag your mix in, and then set it do the same thing to so it'll line up with the other videos. Once you have everything lined up, you can start from there. Mute your camera audio, and then you start editing. You start at the camera that you want to, then click space to pause it. Where you want to cut to the next camera, click on that the other camera that you want to switch to. Control K, and then delete the part that you don't need, the part before it, and then you move your way on from there. And then to color grade, as you see, you start with the base. You start with the base. You start with color fixing, and then after that, you fix it first, and then you color grade it first, and then the color correction comes after. So where I bring down the curves or the hue, where I change the color. Like I said, if you want a blue background, I would say mess with the whites and mess with the white and the green color, and then you could probably mess with the blue ones. But my suggestion is kind of mess with the green, and then the whites, like bring those down a little bit. That way you'll get a little bit of the darker side, and you won't get so much of a light highlight exposure. And if it's too dark, if your video is too dark, definitely bring up the exposure, and then you want to expose for the shadows, and then bring down the highlights. It depends on what you're going for, but also you want to look at what the video looks like. If it's too dark, expose for the shadows. If it's too light, then bring the shadows down a little bit to where you think it looks good. It's whatever you're going for. If you want something light, I would say the shadows. If you're going for something darker, shadows and then highlights. So, bring down the shadows and expose for the highlights. But a lot of people say that portraits are usually with what do you call it? Portrait mode is usually good. Shadows are usually good for that, and then highlights is like more for, I guess, landscape. But it also depends on what you want and the look of the video. So you gotta go by that. And there's tutorials out there to help you out. But that's how like I color fix my footage to make it look better. And then now that it's saved, I might re-upload it. I already have it uploaded as a short onto my phone over here. I'll probably put the link down below for you guys to go see it. But I might put it as this kind right here, so we edited one. That way you guys can see what I do here. But anyway, this is, if you guys have any questions, feel free to comment down below. Feel free to shoot me a quick email. I'm sorry, my hair is kind of flat. There we go. Shoot me a quick email. Everything's provided down below. I'll try to speak away to a gmail.com. I'll have that in my I'll post that onto YouTube so you guys can see it right here. Actually, yeah. Anyway, this is it. This is how I edit my videos. Thank you for watching, guys. To those who tune in, feel free to share this. Let's continue to spread the positivity, the word of God. Subscribe if you enjoy my content, if you come across this. And I will see you guys again soon and in the next video. Thank you for everything, guys. I love you. God bless. And I am out. You ready? Ready? This is